Yeah, hi, good morning. My name is Raza, and I'm your host. We are going to start a podcast regarding financial market, and you have seen us. In a different ways in different time. But this is the new thing which we are going to bring in the market, and of course, because of the demand of current era. So I would like to introduce my co-host, Mr. Nasir Muhammad. He's from Africa, so he's going to give his introduction by himself.
Hi, good morning. My name is Nasser Muhammad. I am here with my friend Raza, and together we'll be hosting this webinar series, podcast series, webinar series, however you want to call it.
Yeah, of course.
The goal for us is to educate people about the financial markets. A lot of people have heard about the financial markets that don't really understand what
Exactly,
it's about.
exactly. So, Mr. Nasser, I was just wondering, nowadays, especially in this current time,
Right.
I have seen people have a lot of queries, and they are just afraid to get into the market just because either there are two type of people, one who lost money in the market, or the other people who just heard from somewhere else and they are afraid to invest in financial market. However, if we have seen that investment eventually is a risk which can happen everywhere, everyone knows, but yes, people are looking for very safest investment. Since you are a good analyst of this financial market, so I would like you to just can you just give a bit a brief elaboration of how people should get into the market and why they should not afraid of this market.
Right. I'd like to start by saying um, a lot of people function from the angle of misinformation.
Uh-huh.
A lot of times you hear about trading,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe you probably it's one of two things. You're either too optimistic about what the markets could give you,
Mm-hmm.
or you're too fearful about what the market could do to you.
Yeah.
you know and this is born out of where you get your information from, the source.
Mm-hmm.
You may have heard about financial markets from someone who has lost a lot of money, and
Yeah.
then, naturally, if you heard about it from someone who has lost a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
your natural instinct would be one of fear,
Exactly.
because somebody somewhere told you, "Oh, don't go near it. We lost a chunk of money."
Yeah, this has happened. I mean, people are just, they,
Absolutely.
if I'm not doing something and I don't want other people to do that as well,
Right,
right?
right.
So, or if even I have, some bad experience, so I would prefer not to, just create a horrible thing in the market that, yes, guys, because I lost money, you should not get into this, even whatever investment it is, wherever it is, because I had a bad experience, so I won't let other people. Although
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna tell people that what was my mistake, why
Right.
I got failed. I
Right.
guess you can elaborate better.
Yeah, absolutely. I would also like to add that no doubt the markets carry a lot of risk.
Mm,
No
exactly.
doubt a lot of people lose money in the markets.
Mhm.
But it's about going back to the fundamentals of, why did I lose money?
Mhm.
Why did I take the kind of risks that led to a wipeout of an entire of my capital?
Yeah.
Something like that. So fundamentally, it's about getting properly educated about the markets.
Mhm.
As I previously stated, there are two sources of people's information. It's either overly optimistic or overly pessimistic.
Okay.
The overly pessimistic ones are the ones who heard it from people who have lost money.
Mhm.
Now, talking about the overly optimistic ones are the ones who heard it from maybe some Instagram influencer who says you can get rich quick,
Yeah,
you can
even
buy a Lamborghini,
exactly that also has happened. We can see people get influenced, of that. Okay, he's driving Lamborghini, and
Yeah.
he just said that yes, I have invested in cryptos, I have invested in forexes and all, but he just get that influence, but he did
Yes.
not understand
True.
what are the fundamental analysis, or what are the technical analysis. Of course, we'll go on that topic later on. But yes, currently, what do you think? I mean, first of all, that this financial market, so, the vast industry, and since we are in UAE, and we have seen that there are a lot of investors, and they prefer to invest in financial market.
Right.
And but yes, again, the the first question comes that what if I lose money?
Yeah.
And do you think that what if I lose money is a common question? And the person who have money and he is going to invest money somewhere until and unless he get a surety for something, that
Yeah.
if I have invested this much amount and I'm gonna get in return something which I just make sure, okay, I'm not going to lose money. Do you think these kind of investor can be part of this industry?
Uh, Absolutely not.
Hmm.
Because as previously stated, it's a high risk, high reward venture,
Hmm.
at least compared to traditional investments, which is what most people would call safe.
Okay.
Real estate, bonds, and all of that. Those are traditional investments which are regarded as safe.
Hmm.
When speaking about the forex market, the crypto market, for instance, the stock market, the commodity markets, these are relatively higher risk markets. However, with high risk comes high rewards.
Okay.
So as the popular saying goes, you have to risk it to get the biscuit, right? So I mean,
Yes,
no risk,
definitely.
no risk, no reward.
No.
However, that being said, it's not it's when we talk about risk, we're not talking about the gambler's mentality,
Hmm.
which is all about all in, all out, get
Yeah.
rich or die
Yeah,
trying.
those are basically strategies okay, that how to, first of all, we need to remove their fear from their mind, which they just kept. Either they have heard it from somewhere, or they just face it by themselves. But the thing is, if do you think, I mean, the strategies, if what kind of strategies should be they follow so that they can feel themselves in a safe haven?
Yeah. So basically, just like with most other things in life, you don't just dive into something. Most people spend 4 or 5 years in a higher institution just to get educated as an engineer, a computer scientist, an accountant, an economist, right? You This shows how important education is,
Okay.
which means that if you're going to get involved in the financial markets, the first thing I have to think about is how to properly educate myself.
Educate
And
myself.
this
Okay.
is what most people lack. Most people do not do the proper research or put in the proper effort or time to learn what really this market is about.
Yeah.
They take their information from people who have either lost too much money or people who are claiming to make too much money.
Yeah.
So there's usually an imbalance. So my advice always to people getting involved in the market is make sure you put yourself in a space where you can get proper education.
Proper education. Good.
That's the first thing.
Yeah, of course, that is the first thing. Because see, what even I used to think, that making money or losing money is not a big deal. This is part of market, we can say this. However, you lost money and you have no idea how did you lose this money. So that is the worst part, what I think. Similarly, even if you made money today, you just made something out of it,
Right.
and because somebody just made you call and he said, okay, you can invest in this particular instrument and it can give you this much return. You did that as he said, but you made profit, but you have no idea how did
How
you
you
make
make
profit. So even
exactly.
that is not worth it
Yeah, yeah,
until and unless you educate yourself that yes, what are the fundamentals to enter into the market,
exactly.
and if I lose money, it's okay, that this money is still recoverable.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is the first thing which I think that the people should, of course, as you told me, I totally agree, people should educate themselves first of all. And secondly, what I think, do you think when there are because there are a lot of companies everywhere in the world, and there are another group of team who are assisting people, and these investors, some of them are new investors, some of them are traders and all, and they are getting those guidelines from those group of people.
Right.
So what do you think when they are following them as per their instructions? Do you think those people have enough knowledge, enough information, or the what is the accuracy rate, so that at the end, because those people lose money, those
Yeah.
investors, they lost money even
Absolutely.
by taking their guidelines.
Yeah.
What would you say?
So, I mean, first of all, I would say that if it depends on how you follow these guys, and it depends on who you follow as well.
Mhm.
Now, if you're the kind of person who's just taking signals, trade signals off someone who tells you buy gold,
Mhm.
and then you buy gold, you don't know how, you don't know why.
Yeah.
It's like driving blind
Yeah, of
and
course.
following audio cues. Someone says, okay, turn left, and you're turning left with your eyes closed. Anything could happen. So, importantly, again, it goes back to education properly. There are no shortcuts to this, right? Absolutely, we have a lot of good guys out there who are good analysts, good mentors,
Okay.
who you can learn from.
All right.
What's important is, I wouldn't say don't follow these guys. Absolutely do follow them. However, follow them the correct way. Do not follow just to take signals, but rather follow to learn how to actually trade yourself. As they say, rather than give a man fish, you teach him how to fish.
Yeah.
That's
But the
the
thing is, when my money is involved in the market now,
Right.
since you are my instructor, or if I would say, I'm taking all the information from your side.
Right.
So my money is involved. I have invested, let's say for example, 30% of my capital in the market, and now I'm totally relying on you. Then between this trading part, between this the even uncertainties, whatever happening in the market.
Right.
So if you are telling me something, do you think there is enough time to understand why should I go for this buying position or selling position? Because you just said, okay, Mr. XYZ, you can buy this, and I just open my position. If I
Right.
have, when I have seen that yes, the beginning couple of trades you gave me, that was correct.
Right.
I made even some pennies out of it, some cents out of it.
Right.
But now, when you just keep telling me I lost money as well somewhere, but still, now when my money is involved, do you think I have enough space, enough time to understand where I can see that if I just did not follow this guy, my money is totally in risk?
Absolutely. So here's the thing, yeah. Something very important to understand about the markets. A lot of people come into the markets with uh, fear of this could be too complicated for me. I don't know how to. I'm not good at math. I was never a very good student, or I'm done going. I'm done with learning, education, and all of that. First of all, I would like to make people understand that what you need to succeed in the market is basic knowledge.
Basically,
You need an average level of intelligence. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to be super smart or anything
exactly.
like that. An average level of intelligence or basic intellect is enough. That being said, going back to your question of do people have enough time? Absolutely. I mean, you take the time to educate yourself outside of the market hours so that when the time comes for you to place a trade, you actually know what you're doing. So again, if some guy tells you buy gold at this time and sell it at this time, you don't just follow blindly. If you've educated yourself properly before that time, you would understand why you need to buy gold and why you need to get out.
Okay.
And sometimes you might be able to call bullshit on some of the signals as well. And you'll be like, I don't think it's a good time to buy gold because gold is on a bearish trend right now. So it's just not wise to buy gold.
Yeah.
This is why you need to, first of all, educate yourself about how the markets work. And then you can use that knowledge in line with whatever your mentors or anybody else tells
Perfect.
you to do. And I mean, this brings us back to the reason why we decided to do this series anyway. You know,
Exactly.
it's about real talk. We want to tell people what you really need to succeed in the markets. No bullshit, telling you as it is, and try to flip the script,
Exactly.
basically.
I mean, the gone is gone, and we should not just look into the past, what I have done, but look into the forward, what still you can do. So it's okay. Mistakes are happens. This is part of our life.
Right.
But the thing is, I mean, doing mistakes is a different thing, but keep doing mistakes is even worse,
Absolutely.
right? So if you're not learning from mistakes, so which is why, as you said, Mr. Nasser, that yes, okay, the knowledge, of course, the basic knowledge, because this is your hard-earned money. So you should understand my hard-earned money, where I'm going to invest and what I'm gonna get out of it. So the thing is, if you wherever you're going to invest, you need to understand the fundamentals. So I'll go with Mr. Nasser again. So what do you think, Mr. Nasser? What are the fundamentals to understand this market?
Beautiful question. Um, I call them the three M's.
Three M's.
The three
Okay.
M's. The first M is methodology.
Methodology.
You
Okay.
have to have a methodology. People also call this a strategy. And what this means is, for instance, I look at the markets right now. Um, I take a look at the gold charts or the gold
Okay.
markets. Now, this that we can see is, I mean, it looks random, right?
Yeah.
It looks chaotic.
Exactly. For new guy, I mean, there is no point.
Exactly.
What is going on?
What is this?
Yeah.
You know? But within this chaos, a story is being told. And you have to have a strategy or a methodology to be able to decode or decipher this chaos, this randomness that we see. Because if you do not have a strategy, then it's just random charts or random candlesticks. So the first thing is have a methodology. A methodology could be a technical strategy. A technical strategy is basically looking at the charts
Okay.
and being able to read the charts. That's what technicals is about. Or a fundamental strategy. A fundamental strategy is about analyzing economic events, political events, world events, to be able to inform you on what the market is likely to do at a future time. Or you could use a combination of both technical and fundamentals. So that is it for the methodology. Now, the second M is money management.
Oh yeah.
Money management basically is where you manage your risk, how you manage your money, how much exposure are you taking on every trade idea that you generate. So I mean, we have to understand that trading is a long game.
Definitely.
You don't try to get rich quick overnight by taking too much risk. This is one of the big problems why people lose a lot of money in a very short space of time. You have that Lamborghini vision, or you're thinking about that Ferrari, and then you come into the market, you feel like I can risk it all to make some quick money. Never take, always define the ideal level of risk that you're comfortable with. A very
Exactly.
good yardstick that I use is never take any risk that will require you to wake up in the midnight to check what the charts are doing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, of course. Even see again, this is when you are you just give a thought to yourself. Okay, this capital I have, now I'm just going to put it in a risk. Okay, let's see. Either I will get something, or I'll lose that. So
Right.
this is not your investment. This is not you're gonna do business, which means you are just going to be a part of gambling, right? So
Exactly.
you're gonna gamble your money.
Absolutely.
So first of all, they have to understand that what is the methodology. So
Yeah.
accordingly, they can use strategies, and after that, they should know that how do I manage my funds.
Right.
What is my risk appetite? That particular risk appetite. Okay, even 20%, 15%, even 5%.
Right.
Just play accordingly.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the third M.
Yes. I mean, I'd still like to add a few things to the money management part, which is, as you said, you have to define your risk, 5%, 10%, whatever it is. It's also very important to break this risk down on a trade by trade basis. For instance, you have $10,000 in your account. You don't want to be risking $2,000 on any single trade.
Yeah,
You know,
of course.
so you want to maybe risk the professionals say that anywhere between 1% to 2% is good. So if you have a $10,000 portfolio and you risk 1%, it means you're risking $100 per trade.
Yeah.
Now, if you lose $100 on any single trade, it doesn't hurt you that much. You don't lose sleep over it. You still have 9,900.
9,000.
You know, so very very important. It is the risk management. It's one of all the money management, as we call it, is one of the biggest things that separates a trader from a gambler. And we're here to trade. You want to be a trader, not a gambler. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Now going to the final M, which is mind management.
Mind management.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mind management, people also call it psychology, people call it discipline, whatever you want to call it. Mind management basically is the internal regulation you have to develop as a trader that helps you stick to your rules. Now, sticking to rules basically means that it helps you combine your methodology and your money management
Right.
consistently. That is all mind management is about. Now you could have a methodology which shows you a high win rate, and you could have a money management plan which gives you a very good edge. But if you don't consistently follow these two rules, the two rules you have, you end up in a bad place.
Yeah. So which means in third M we can say that consistency is the more important thing.
Absolutely.
Because this is not like you have no need to rush into something. Okay, this if I have 100K capital, I have to just double it in just 1 month or in a week or something like that. Whatever equity, no matter what. So you have no need to rush, because what I used to give example to the people. See, if you are doing job somewhere, you spend 30 days in a company.
Right.
You are putting effort. You're spending 8 hours, 9 hours every day,
Yeah.
5 days or 6 days in a week. Then after 30 days, you are getting your salary. Whatever you have done in entire month, you are gonna be paid for that, right? So when you are going to invest your own money or your that hard-earned money,
Right.
and you're going to run your own business, then why you are so rushed into this that I have to just make it today itself? I
Absolutely.
mean, this is. Don't you think that this is also a big, reason why people lose money in this industry?
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, when you get deep into the financial markets, you get to understand human psychology even more.
Yeah.
And one thing through this journey that I've come to learn is humans, we are not naturally programmed to be good traders.
Yeah, obviously.
So you have to constantly learn to fight against human nature, because it's in human nature to be greedy.
Exactly.
It's in human nature to be fearful. It's in human nature to always want more.
Always.
It's
want more,
always it's in human nature to want everything quickly. So you have to learn to curb these inclinations. And I often say that becoming a better trader makes you a better human as well.
Makes you better human.
So-
Perfect. Good statement. So, but still, okay, we can say that yes, they should follow such kind of strategies, such kind of rules, and because this is eventually for their sake. Like my investment, this is for myself. That I mean, what happened is I have seen tradings, and of course, even better that people are trading when they made some profit, they close their position, they book their profit immediately. While they are losing money, or they can see that their trade is going against, but still they are just waiting and they are taking too long.
Right.
That okay, I will close. They don't have courage to close their position. I mean, this is the most important thing. I'm gonna tell all of you traders that if you the day you will find, or you just have this much courage, You can control your risk, and you can just save your money by doing so. That yes, when I close my position, when I made profit of $100, the same thing, this is my risk appetite. If I close my position when I lose $100, then believe me, you will feel the difference, that on the both of the side I have courage to do those. Unfortunately, what happens, that people, when they are making some money, they close their position immediately, that
Right.
okay, I just made out of it.
Yeah.
But when they see the trade is going against, they are afraid to close.
Exactly. It goes back to our previous talk about human nature, fear and greed.
Yeah,
When you're making money, you become greedy.
yeah,
And when you're losing money, you become fearful.
fear.
Warren Buffett, arguably the greatest investor of all time, said, you have to be greedy when people are fearful, and fearful when people are greedy.
Greedy.
So it is no wonder that he's one of the greatest investors of all time. So if you want to be a great investor as well, a great trader, what do? You have to follow what the greats have done as well. And this is why it is super, super important to have a methodology. A methodology is basically your map. Your methodology has to define for you what you're supposed to do in every given situation.
Yeah.
You enter a trade just because you're seeing you're up $100. It doesn't mean that you need to get out of this trade. If your methodology defines for you that this trade is supposed to go to $300 in profit, then you should learn to have the courage to sit with it. Of course, not all the time will it eventually hit your take profit, but a lot of the times it will hit your take profit, and you'll be glad you sat with it. So it's all about having the right rules and following the right rules.
Definitely.
You have the rules, and then you have to stick to them. It's not enough to just have the rules.
Yeah.
And then we're coming to the end of the show, because this is supposed to be a 30-minute session.
Yeah.
Right. So I would also want to point out that people have to learn to understand that, just like with everything else in life, there is risk in trading. And just like with everything else in life, a lot of people fail at this. So if you want to set yourself apart, you have to take the right step by, first of all, educating yourself properly and learning how to trade the right way.
Definitely, definitely. So these are the just the basic intro which we wanted to give. So we're gonna do this series, this podcast, twice in a week. And today we just wanted to introduce ourselves. So Mr. Nasser, he will be my co-host, of course, in every show. And I want you to just follow, subscribe our channel, so that you can get those very, very productive informations. And the most important part, everywhere wherein people are looking for some place where to invest, or where to go, how to go, and all. So we don't want let people just put their money somewhere where they can't see even returns, or they can't see how to drive through. So this is the reason, because we have so many experience. Mr. Nasir also have shared with me that people, they invested in the market, but they didn't get anything out of it. They, at end of the day, they lost money, even in just 1 week, 1 day, or even in a month. So the thing is, unfortunately, they are going to blame or either particular brokers, particular platforms, or the people who they are just giving them signals. Rest of the things we will discuss in details in our next session, and we'll keep you updated regarding any events, upcoming events, and all, and plus how to use the strategies. And whatever your questions would be, you gonna just comment uh, in comment section, and of course we'll sort out your queries. And so, Mr. Nasser, you would like to say anything?
I think you have put it very finely. Um, we would continuously try to bring value
Mm.
and try to, as we said, this is a podcast for real talk. We'll try to let people understand what this market really is about, how you can make money, the risks, and there are different types of risk. There's the market risk, there's the broker risk.
Yeah.
So both sides we have covered. We'll be introducing to you the broker, our broker as well, in common sessions and all of these things. So trading itself is hard enough. You
Definitely.
don't want to you don't want to trade, make money, and then you end up with a broker who would not pay you your money.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So all of these angles we have covered, and yes, we hope to bring as much value as possible and to flip the script. Basically.
Definitely. So, and further, we will just let you know that what are the strategies, how you need to invest, where you need to invest again, and where your money can be risk in a high risk, and plus what is going on in the market, and what about the legitimacy. We'll give you every single thing. That's the reason we are just. I mean, we are eventually discussing with each other and the people who visit us. We make them understand. So then we decided. So let's just create a series wherein we can just share our knowledge, our information, our experience with the people who are sitting, other side of the wall, so we can make them understand how they can be part of this market very securely.
Absolutely.
So our
And,
section would be, yeah.
Sorry, please go
No
on.
problem. Karim.
So yeah, just to also add, this is the introductory session, and that's why we had to touch on the basics. We would like to let you understand that going forward, we would have sessions where you can ask questions, sessions where we do live market analysis, we'll have guests on the show as well. We're going to make it as interactive, as interesting as possible,
Yeah,
and as educational as possible.
Definitely.
Importantly.
In the passage of time, we're gonna call other influencer, the traders, investors, and the people who are working with us, and so on. And we might, bring another co-host, maybe by next week, or
That's something
maybe
to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So only thing which I would like to say, guys, just do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so you can get the right information at the right time. And if there is anything comes in your mind, you have any query, you can go to the comment section. You can just raise it over there, and of course we'll bring solution or answer of that query. And so today's session, I guess we are going to end here now.
I guess it's a wrap.
Yeah.
So,
So our session would be for 30 minutes, twice in a week. It would be on Monday and on Wednesday. So do remember, Monday or on Wednesday. So thank you for your time. Thanks for watching our podcast. Your support really mean a lot to us. And so me and Mr. Nasser, uh, just will keep you updated regarding everything. So
absolutely.
now
Absolutely.
we'll take a leave from you guys. Do take very good care of yourself and have a wonderful day.
We'll see you in the next session. One more thing I would like to add is if there's anything interesting you would like us to talk about, interesting topics, maybe things you're curious about, please do share in the comment section, and we'll be more than happy to touch on these topics.
Definitely.
Thank you very much, Raza. Thank you.
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you, Mr. Nasser.
Yes.
It was pleasure meeting you.
Always a pleasure.
And of course, we'll have it. Thank you so much. Good day.